We are kicking things off right now with the Baltimore Ravens and a massive decision looming in the NFL draft. Draft guru Mel Kiper Jr. just dropped a bombshell revelation regarding the 14th overall pick and the potential selection of Oregon tight end Kenyon Sadiq. We dive deep into what Kiper actually said about Sadiq's athletic upside and why the Ravens might need to move fast to secure this dynamic player before other teams do.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to hold it with one hand? The PopSockets Pop Grip gives you a secure grip, works as a phone stand, and even lets you swap the top for a fresh new look. Simple, useful, and perfect for everyday phone use. Click the link in the comments to grab yours on Amazon.
Next up, we are looking at the intense internal debate facing the Baltimore Ravens concerning wide receiver talent. With the NFL draft approaching, the question of whether general manager Eric DeCosta should risk passing on Jordyn Tyson at the 14th spot is heating up. We explore the durability concerns, the offensive line issues, and the tough call between positional need and securing a difference-maker like Tyson. Switching gears to the secondary, we have major movement in the cornerback landscape following the finalized trade between the Los Angeles Rams and the Baltimore Ravens. We break down the impact of Tre'Davious White's signing, the performance metrics he showed in Baltimore, and the compensation the Rams received, including the selection of Michigan's DT Rayshon Benny. Finally, we shift focus to the AFC North battle as Greg Rosenthal weighs in on the Pittsburgh Steelers' outlook for 2026. Rosenthal is making a strong case for the Steelers' win total, assuming the return of Rodgers, and we look at how the quarterback situation is shaping projections for Pittsburgh against the Ravens and Cincinnati. Baltimore Ravens general manager Eric DeCosta is facing a critical decision in the 2026 NFL Draft regarding the selection of Oregon tight end Kenyon Sadiq, following the team's loss of Isaiah Likely and Charlie Kolar in free agency. The debate centers on whether Sadiq warrants a first-round pick, especially given the depth of talented tight ends available further down the draft board. In an interview with Ravens.com insiders Garrett Downing and Clifton Brown on the Lounge podcast, ESPN's Mel Kiper Jr. offered strong support for selecting Sadiq, stating he would be a valuable asset due to his athleticism, attitude, and potential for development, describing him as a player who could be utilized as a versatile chess piece. This enthusiasm is mirrored by other teams, prompting the Ravens to act quickly if they intend to secure him as the 14th overall pick on Thursday, April 23. DeCosta is motivated to secure a player with the supreme talent he hoped Likely would become. Kiper's assessment aligns with the potential Sadiq offers, drawing parallels to Likely's intended role, suggesting Sadiq possesses the multidimensional capability to function as a roving receiver and blocker, a trait praised by analysts like Dane Brugler, who noted Sadiq could provide Baltimore with a multidimensional pass catcher. This type of skill set would significantly benefit quarterback Lamar Jackson. DeCosta has signaled an intent to exit the draft having secured multiple tight ends, making the timing of his selections crucial. While Sadiq presents an exciting upside, DeCosta has other options, including Vanderbilt's Eli Stowers, whom Kiper suggested could be positioned as a wide receiver, though concerns about his size apply to Sadiq. Furthermore, the Ravens have existing depth, including All-Pro Mark Andrews and veteran Durham Smythe, who was signed for his blocking ability. If the Ravens pass on Sadiq, Kiper highlighted Tampa Bay and Carolina as teams to watch. The final decision hinges on a strategic choice: securing a functional, solid pick like offensive lineman Spencer Fano, who could play multiple positions, or taking a calculated risk on the dynamic athletic upside of Kenyon Sadiq. The Baltimore Ravens are facing a significant dilemma in the upcoming NFL Draft regarding wide receiver prospect Jordyn Tyson, should he fall to pick number 14. Tyson continues to generate considerable buzz as a top-tier prospect, but his pre-draft evaluation has been shadowed by durability concerns. However, a recent, strong individual workout showcasing his explosiveness and fluid movement has helped temper some of the initial skepticism. The situation presents a complex choice for the Ravens. On one hand, the team does not have an immediate, glaring need at the wide receiver position that necessitates a first-round investment. On the other hand, passing on a player of Tyson's caliber is deemed an uncomfortable decision, given the league's reliance on dynamic playmakers. Roster construction remains a key factor. The offensive line, particularly following the departure of Tyler Linderbaum and the shift in the division dynamic with Dexter Lawrence joining a rival's front, is a more pressing concern. Some analysts suggest focusing on securing interior line talent, citing Vega Ione as a safer, logical path to maintain physical dominance in the trenches. Nevertheless, the Ravens' general manager, Eric DeCosta, is known for prioritizing taking the best available talent. If Tyson remains on the board at 14, the team will be forced to confront difficult questions. How does Tyson rank against other top wide receivers in the draft class? Are they overlooking a potential difference-maker due to positional needs, or are they willing to adjust their strategy to secure elite talent? The tension lies in balancing the team's established identity of discipline with the reputation of seizing the best opportunity available. The Los Angeles Rams have finalized the trade of cornerback Tre'Davious White to the Baltimore Ravens. The Rams signed White to a one-year, $4.25 million contract for 2024, aiming for a recovery from an Achilles injury and a return to his previous performance level in Buffalo. Despite earning a starting cornerback role to begin the season, White was benched in Week 5 and did not appear in another game for the Rams. For the Baltimore Ravens, the move addressed cornerback depth concerns behind starters Brandon Stevens and Marlon Humphrey. With first-round pick Nate Wiggins not yet established and fourth-rounder Jalen Armour-Davis dealing with injury, White's proven health and experience in the secondary proved valuable. The trade was executed mid-season in 2025, providing Baltimore with the experienced corner they needed. Following the trade, the Rams received the Ravens' original seventh-round pick, which selected Alabama defensive tackle Tim Keenan at number 232 on day 3 of this year's draft. In Baltimore, White served as the fourth cornerback to close out the season. In his 7 appearances, spanning 182 snaps, White recorded a modest 2.7 yards per target and 5.4 yards per reception. Opposing quarterbacks showed a 50% completion rate and a 56.2 passer rating when targeting the veteran corner. However, White's tenure ended in the playoffs after giving up 3 catches for 46 yards on 4 targets. The Ravens secured a 2027 pick along with White and an unexpected 7th-round compensatory pick stemming from White's one-year, $3 million deal with the Bills. This compensatory selection placed Baltimore at the 250th pick in the draft, effectively moving them back 18 spots in the 7th round in 2026. With this pick, the Ravens selected Michigan defensive tackle Rayshon Benny. NFL offseason betting is heating up as analysts weigh projected win totals for teams, despite the inherent uncertainty of roster changes and injuries. Focusing on the Pittsburgh Steelers, the projected win total is set at 8.5, placing them third in the AFC North behind the Baltimore Ravens and Cincinnati Bengals. Greg Rosenthal, speaking on the NFL Daily podcast, expressed confidence in Pittsburgh's outlook, favoring the over on their win total, contingent on the return of quarterback Aaron Rodgers. Rosenthal stated, "If I had to choose one, I'd go over on the Steelers, assuming Rodgers is back. I actually don't think it's a bad roster. You've got a good schedule." The 8.5 projection is rooted in historical performance, noting that the Steelers have maintained a .500 record or better in all 19 seasons under Mike Tomlin. This projection essentially hinges on whether that consistency can be maintained under a new coaching staff, with expectations pointing toward an improvement from their 2025 record of 10-7. The quarterback position remains the central uncertainty for Pittsburgh and the AFC North landscape. Baltimore holds the top projection with 11.5 wins, followed by Cincinnati at 9.5, with the Steelers trailing at 8.5. Cleveland rounds out the North with 6.5 projected wins. While the quarterback situation is the most significant factor, it is not the sole determinant. Baltimore's elite talent, featuring Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow, propels their expectations significantly, even after missing the playoffs last season. Cincinnati, despite finishing with 9 or fewer wins in the last 3 seasons, maintains win totals hovering near double digits. Conversely, Cleveland's win total suffers due to the lack of a clear quarterback answer, despite possessing one of the league's top defenses. As the offseason progresses, these win total bets will be settled. However, the focus remains on the Steelers' ability to remain competitive. Even without contending for the title, the team's historical resilience under Tomlin, characterized by their ability to secure wins in low-scoring contests, is a factor that analysts believe will influence the 2026 projection.